Good morning and happy Wednesday, 7th and 8th graders. Here are your solutions from your practice problems on Monday. Please make sure you're checking those and figuring out if you have a mistake, what you did wrong. I think you should be able to figure it out. Okay, and then make sure you either have this from Monday written down or you write it down again, because we're just going to review some more. And also, I have good news. Friday is our last day for grades. So I'm just going to give you an assignment today. And then I was thinking, if you want credit on Friday, if you just send me a little note saying how you're doing and what you have planned for the summer or something like that, or just a picture of your smiling face, I will count that as your credit for Friday so that you can still have 3 grades this week. But I'm going to finalize grades on Friday, and then we're done. Okay. Okay, go ahead and copy down your first practice problem, your first one we're going to do together. And remember, in the steps, we take care of distributive property first. That's going to be most helpful to you to take care of distributive property first. So let's rewrite it. This right here, this -5n, we're just rewriting because it's not involved in this. And then we're going to distribute this. This is a -8, remember, because it has a negative sign in front of it. We're going to distribute the -8 to everything that's in the parentheses and rewrite it. So -8 times 1 is -8, and -8 times +7n, negative times positive is negative, so it'd be -56n equals -8. So I'm rewriting everything else and I'm taking care of the distributive property. The next thing I need to do is I need to look and see if I have any like terms together on the same side, and I do. Over here I have a -5n and a -56n. Okay, so I need to combine those up, and remember, 2 negatives combined up together is going to create a more negative number. So it's like you're at -56 and then you're going back 5 more negatives. Okay, so you're going to be at -61n. So let's rewrite that as -61n minus 8, okay, I can't forget him, equals -8. Okay, so now I'm down to just a 2-step equation. I've got to take care of this -8, this -8 here, and I reverse that with a +8, with +8. And that cancels out. So I add 8 over here. So now what happens is I'm going to rewrite this. I have -61n, and I've got -8 plus 8 over on the other side, which is 0. So what ends up happening, I've got to divide by -61 to cancel that out, and I divide by -61. Well, 0 divided by anything is always just 0. So the answer to this is just going to be n equals, I'm going to write it over here, 0. Okay. Okay, go ahead and copy down this next one so you can practice with me. We're going to draw a line through the equal sign. And I see I do have distributive property right here to take care of. I need to distribute this 8 to everything in the parentheses. So 8 times 4k is 32k. And then 8 times -4 is -32. So I need to make sure I use a minus sign. Equals, and I'm just rewriting the rest. There's no other distributive property, so I'm just rewriting it for now. -5k minus 32. Okay, and I first need to check, do I have any like terms that are on the same side together? That's why this line is helpful, because you can see there's no like terms over here and there's no like terms over there. So there's no combining of like terms to take care of. But I do have a variable on both sides. Okay, remember, and that was the third thing that we need to take care of. If you have a variable on both sides, you need to move one of them over to the other side. And I'm going to move this -5k over here to be with 32k. And the way I reverse -5k is by adding 5k, because remember, I'm removing it from this side. So by adding 5k here, negative 5k plus 5k cancels out, which is what we wanted it to do. We wanted to remove it. But if I added 5k here, I have to come over here to the k. I can't add to this because it's not a like term. So I need to add 5k, and I'm going to do it right here. So plus 5k. And now I'm ready to rewrite the whole thing. So 32k plus 5k is 37k. And then I'm just going to rewrite minus 32 equals negative 32. Okay, so I'm rewriting it all. And I'm still over here, I'm trying to get k by itself. So I'm going to take care of this minus 32. I'm going to reverse that by adding 32. Negative 32 plus 32 cancels out, but I have to also add 32 here. And it looks like the same thing's going to happen that happened to us last time. We have 37k equals negative 32 plus 32 is 0. So when I divide by 37, 0 divided by 37 is 0. So I end up with k equals 0. Okay. Let's do one more. Okay, go ahead and copy down this one. We'll draw a line down the equal sign so we can see both sides. And it looks like there's distributive property to take care of on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to do that all at once. And I'm going to distribute the negative 5 to both of these. So negative 5 times 4x is negative 20x. And then negative 5 times negative 2. Negative times negative is positive, so I'm going to use a plus sign. And that's 10, so plus 10. Okay? And then over here, I'm going to take care of the distributive property over here as well on the other side. And I've got a negative 2, that's a negative 2, that needs to be distributed to everything in the parentheses. So negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. And then negative 2 times positive 6x is negative 12x. Okay? And I'm going to look for any like terms. I don't have any like terms together on the same side. So I don't have anything I need to take care of there. But I do see that I've got a variable on both sides. So I need to take care of the variable on both sides. I'm going to remove this negative 12x and move it over here. Okay, so to remove the negative 12x, I use positive 12x because remember I'm wanting it to cancel out. So I need to do the exact opposite of whatever it is. So minus 12x plus negative 12x plus 12x cancels out. There's no x's. Okay, now this tells me the plus 12x tells me what I need to do over here. And remember, I'm going to do it to the term with the x. So the plus 12x, I'm going to put plus 12x here as well. Okay, now I'm ready to rewrite. Negative 20x plus 12x. Negative 20 moving forward 12 is going to keep you in the negatives. You're going to be at negative 8. So negative 8x, and I'm just rewriting this, plus 10 equals negative 6. Okay, I just rewrote everything else. And remember, I'm over here. I'm trying to isolate this x here, so I need to take care of the plus 10. And I reverse that with a minus 10. That cancels out, so I'm going to rewrite it. I've got negative 8x equals negative 6 minus 10. We're combining up two negatives. We're at negative 6, and we're moving back 10 more to negative 16. Okay? And I noticed on some of your works, a couple of you were, when you have a negative here sitting right next to your variable, that's still multiplication. So you have to undo it with division. You don't undo it with addition. Some people were trying to undo this with addition. You have to divide by exactly what that digit is. Let me move this down for you. You have to divide by exactly whatever it was multiplied by, which is a negative 8. Negative 8 divided by negative 8 cancels out. That's 1. Okay? And then over here, I divide by negative 8. So I end up with x equals Negative 16 divided by negative 8, a negative divided by a negative is positive. So it's just positive 2. X equals 2. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 practice problems, and remember, when you submit your answers, if you would like, today's Wednesday, so if you'd like credit for these, have them to me by Thursday night, and Friday I'll be finalizing grades. So I would love to give you a grade and give you credit for Friday, so just send me a little note or something, and I'll give you credit for that. Okay, I hope you guys have a great summer. You've made it through all of this. I'm proud of you. Enjoy yourselves, and hopefully things continue to get better so that we can be seeing each other soon.